Western United have avoided the ATO of shutting them down. You were struggling, like the club was struggling
Yeah.
to get by week to week and everything like that. They were waiting for this investor to come in. So for you, how does that make you feel? Obviously, like you were the captain of the club, you were there for a long time, the success you guys had, like, is it worse knowing that the club may come back and you're not even going to be there? Or is it like you're happy for the club?
No, I think we need the club. We need more teams and we don't want disaster stories. We want success stories. And I think for everything that went wrong, the idea was great. I actually think the idea is the best of any club that's come in because they had an aim to build their own stadium and own their own stadium and have land attached to it. And I think as a actual business model, well, that's a lot more lucrative than what the other teams are worth. And obviously there was decisions that were made along the way that clearly were wrong or didn't go to plan. And that's part of business and that's part of investing and being on board with something and putting your money there is there's always going to be a risk. I feel like especially with football in this country, there's a very big risk. But I hope they come back. I hope they one day are playing in that stadium and it can be a real eye opener for maybe other teams in the league because it
Yeah.
would be I always when I was there was thinking, everyone hangs so much shit on Western United. Yet if they do get this stadium up and going, and I think that was the big one, the big if that everyone kept saying. But if they do, they're all of a sudden they're a bigger club than Melbourne Victory. They're a bigger
Mm.
club than Melbourne City. I think there's a lot more to come and a lot more to
Yeah.
get through for them to actually come back. What about all the people that got laid off work
Yeah.
and were put out of a job? What about players that had a 3-year contract as a professional footballer and are now playing NPL? For me, that's something that doesn't sit well. So
Yeah.
like that's not just players. That's obviously my teammates, and I feel for these guys. But there's also all the staff
Yeah.
and all the other people that were involved with the club.
Someone like yourself, obviously, you've probably had to take a little bit less money to move to Sydney. Later in the transfer window, I'm sure all the players were the exact same. But then there was the players that didn't even get deals. And it's like, well, their whole life is turned upside down because of what's gone on.